Hello, I'm Jesse Ainebiona. We are at a point where we have just started the second half of the year 2020, a year that began with so much hope and excitement. We had goals, we had resolutions and targets for this year. 6 months later, we are experiencing one of the most unprecedented times in our history. This particular situation reminds me of a soccer game that I watched some time back. This was the 2005 UEFA Champions League final between AC Milan of Italy and Liverpool of England. The Champions League is a league that brings together the most elite clubs from the top leagues in Europe. And so these two clubs were contesting for the number one club spot in Europe. In the beginning moments of the game, AC Milan scored the first goal. And by the end of first half, AC Milan had 3, Liverpool had 0. It almost seemed like an assured victory for AC Milan. Coming back into the second half of that game, I witnessed one of the most spectacular comebacks in the history of football. Liverpool scored 3 goals, bringing the game to a 3-3 draw. This particular match was decided through a penalty shootout, which was won by Liverpool, and Liverpool became the 2005 UEFA Champions League winners. As I think about Liverpool's comeback, I think about what is happening today. Because we are going through a situation where there has been a slowdown in business, probably you have lost your job, or you have experienced a salary cut. Whatever setback you are experiencing, I want to encourage you that a setback is not a setback. A setback is a setup for a greater comeback. It is an opportunity for us to bounce back and come back into the game. That is what a setback does for you and for me. So as we get into the second half of the year, I would like to recommend a few things that you can consider so that you can make a spectacular comeback the way Liverpool did in this particular final. The first thing I would like you to consider is to adopt the mindset that it is possible. Yes, it is possible for you to achieve those goals. It is possible for you to achieve those dreams. Just like these Liverpool players, coming back into the second half, there was nothing in their minds that made them believe that it was impossible. Their supporters kept on cheering. The players gave their best and they put their best on the pitch. Why? Because they believed that they could still get back into this game and win this final. That is what I'm calling upon you to do, my friend. Because don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your dreams. It is not over until it is over. It begins with what you're telling yourself in your mind. Because as Henry Ford said, if you think you can, you can. But if you think you can't, you are also right. So where have you put your focus? Are you focusing on the fact that it is impossible? Because if you focus on the fact that it is impossible, your mind will go ahead to show you how impossible it is. But in the same way, if you shift your focus to the possibility, the same mind will show you how possible it can be. So, to begin with, adopt the mindset that it is possible, because indeed I believe that you can make a comeback and win your goals, win the resolutions, and achieve the targets that you had for this year. The second thing that you could consider is to adapt to the situation. Be flexible and adapt. This is what I mean. None of us knows how long this will be. So you cannot say, let me sit down and wait. No. None of us knows how long this could be. We wish it would be, the situation would normalize much sooner, but we don't know how long this will be. So let us adapt to the situation. I have a friend who does team building activities. His major source of income comes from bringing teams together, and he comes up with activities that will enable them to bond. Now, when the lockdown happened, he obviously could no longer carry on these activities because of the social distancing measures. So he brought his team together and they began to brainstorm on how possible it is for them to run online team building activities. They believed that it was possible. They went ahead to discover how possible it could be, and they began to do these activities online. And as we speak, the feedback they are getting from their clientele is very positive and reassuring. So in the same way, How flexible can you be to the current situation? Have you learned certain skills that will enable you to keep afloat? Skills like prospecting online, presenting online, servicing your customers online, working effectively while on remote. It does not matter what the past has been. We can start now and have a better ending. I just want to encourage you that your present situation is not your final destination. So let us keep the hope alive, because if we adopt the mindset that it is possible and adapt the situation by being flexible and acquiring new skill sets, I can tell you, you can make the rest of this year to be the best of the year. So let's go make it happen, because it is not over until it is over. Thank you.